The purpose of the Stain Center is to support faculty, students, and community-based organizations in the creation of educational partnerships that allow students to get involved in service learning through their coursework.
With service learning, the notion is that you are connecting what they're learning to the content of the class, and so they're able to take whatever content they're getting in the class and put that into practice.
We typically tend to work with grassroots community-based organizations that are underserved or work in underserved communities. In addition to that, we look for organizations that could use the resources that the university has, thus creating mutually beneficial relationships for the university, the students, as well as the community partners.
We are an institutional bridge. We link up the different core missions of the university itself, principally the teaching mission and the service mission. We bring both to life in ways that they don't come together in other places in the university.
The courses we support range widely throughout the university. We support courses in nursing, where students work at the community level doing health screenings for communities that are underserved in healthcare. We have courses in geography where students are on the streets documenting plot by plot what's going on in changes in neighborhoods that are being impacted by gentrification. We have courses in money and banking that students are involved in tax assistance and financial literacy. We have courses in business ethics and political science that focus on fair trade issues.
We really want students to see communities as intellectual spaces that not only they can learn from, but they can also learn with. And hopefully it creates in our students the determination to engage themselves in social justice beyond the classroom and into their own lives. There's tons of knowledge that exists in the communities that we work with, and it's our hope that students can take this opportunity to really learn from those and deepen their educational experience here at DePaul University.
The community conduct and safety tips may seem like common sense, but you want to make certain that you review the document and keep them in your mind as you're doing service at your site throughout the quarter. Here at the Stain Center, we encourage you to take public transportation to and from your sites. As with any public transportation adventure, you want to make certain that you plan your trip ahead of time, that you're conscious of any landmarks. Traveling to and from your site may involve traveling to a neighborhood that you're unfamiliar with, but don't be afraid. As with any other urban experience, you want to be aware of your surroundings. You want to travel in groups. You don't want to attract any negative behavior in the way of conspicuous clothing or disrespectful behavior. But at the same token, don't be be open to positive energy and be polite. At your site, you want to make certain that you conduct yourself professionally. So be courteous of the staff and the clients at the site. If for whatever reason you can't make it to the site, you want to make certain that you notify them with enough time. If you ever have any issues, you want to be certain to contact your service learning coordinator and/or your instructor to remove yourself from the situation. But also you may be asked to do a task outside of your routine, and be open to that, as long as it's within reason. The Guidelines for Service Learners outlines your rights and responsibilities at your service site as an extension of the DePaul University classroom. Therefore, it's important to obey all local laws as well as the rules and regulations found within the student handbook. We ask that you remember you're a guest and a representative of DePaul University at your service site for 10 weeks, and that the relationship will exist long after you're gone. So it's important that you conduct yourself in a professional and respectful manner. The Stain Center's guidelines exist to ensure that you have a safe experience, but also to remind you that you can be terminated with cause, but not without warning first. This document serves as a contract between you, the instructor, and the Stain Center.
We'd like you to think about your experiences on the border and how they affect your understanding of what a just global society would be like.
Reflection is the intentional consideration of a service experience in light of particular course objectives in the classroom. People reflect every day on everything that they experience, from their personal life to work to faith, amongst other things. But reflection in the service learning context here at DePaul allows a student to connect their coursework and the theories and the concepts they learn to the community. It also allows them to compare and contrast their expectations when they first came into the community and to what they've actually experienced. And it also allows students to share and observe together the local, national, and global issues that occur in the community.
Reflection in service learning is important because it really ties together all the aspects of what makes service learning. Instead of just going into a community because you need volunteer hours or you need to feel like you need to better yourself, really reflection shows how it's a reciprocal relationship and how you can gain as much from the community as you feel that you're giving to them. And then also to tie it into the coursework, because the coursework is definitely important to the academic experience, and just learning how what you're doing there connects to what you're learning in a textbook or from a lecture.
Having this kind of initiative, first of all, is important for DePaul because it really, again, comes back to the mission of the university and trying to really pay attention to marginalized communities and disenfranchised individuals. And I think as we look at the country and the world at large, more and more we see these divisions taking place. And so this is one kind of small way that students can experience and learn about some of those divisions. It gives them a chance to kind of, again, reflect on what their place is within that world and what their responsibility may be to potential social change.
Yeah.